Whew. Guys, we got a loaded video right here, man. I don't want to waste your time because it's gonna be a long one, dog. It's gonna be a long one. So let's jump right into it. Introducing this video is a little hard, so yeah, like I said, let's jump right into it. So I graduated in the summer of 2018, of May 25th to be exact. Well, as close as I think, alright? It probably wasn't May 25th. Just know sometime in May of 2018 I graduated, alright? But my senior year is a series of stories you'll hear soon, or will have already heard, depending on the order I drop these. But anyways, fast forward, I had just left my job at UPS, which is another story. But anyways, I ended up going to South Georgia State, the Waycross campus. Now, I'm going to go over my college experience semester by semester until I dropped out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, I'm going to throw in that I qualified for the Hope Scholarship and I got financial aid. So that covered my tuition. So I never really had to pay too much out of pocket. So so just assume that when I talk about these classes, just know that my books were paid for. Didn't really have to worry about it too much, all right? Anyways, so my first semester of college was pretty chill. I lived an hour and 20-ish minutes away from my campus and I commuted to class every day. Now, at the time when I was enrolled there, we had classes Monday through Thursday. Then all but a handful of there was a few classes that met on Friday, but those were like specialized classes. None of the classes I had met on Friday. So it was Monday through Thursday. But anyways, my first semester experience was very chill, like I stated earlier, dude. To me, college was just like high school, except like I'll get into it in a second, but it was just like high school. I had language arts and 3 other in-person classes and an online class, right? And our classes met twice a week at a certain time. I'm gonna try to find some screenshots of it by schedule, but basically, for a quick example, if you signed up for like science, it would meet like from 11 to 12:15 on Tuesday and Thursday, and then if you had like economics, it would meet on like 11 to 12 a.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and then you just schedule around your classes. So for me, this was way more calm and collected than primary school, which is elementary school, middle school, high school, K through 12. I don't know how your curriculum is, but that's just the basics. K through 12 here in America. If you're a future viewer and you're like in the UK or something, I don't know how y'all are over there, but K through 12, it was much chiller than that, because here, basically, like you would only have a class for an hour 15 Monday and Wednesday, and then you'd have a different class Tuesday and Thursday for an hour 15 each. My high school, our classes were hour and 34 minutes, dog. An hour and 34 minutes. And then you have it every day, Monday through Friday. You're spending 8 hours at school with 4 classes a day, pretty much. And then sometimes they throw an advisory period in there, but yeah, 4 classes a day for 8 hours. And then college is just 1 or 2 classes, unless you're a hard ass and you take 3. There's 1 or 2 classes, an hour each a day, and then you're gone, right? Anyways, my first semester didn't really have any events to note besides having a love interest, but yeah, y'all not here for that. The semester 1 was chill. My classes were easy as hell. The campuses were easy going. Yeah, the campus was easy going, and I saw myself pretty much sliding through this easy and getting my degree. But I ended up failing the class for the first time ever. Now, I failed accounting. Now, accounting isn't a hard class whatsoever. The concepts covered in that class were actually pretty straightforward, and for the first 2 weeks, I was actually doing pretty great, honestly. But the problem was, we got into that part where you start learning how to log freight and the FOB stuff, right? And for some reason, it just wasn't clicking with me. I couldn't get it down. And accounting is a class where everything links, right? So if you know step 1 and step 2, but step 3 isn't clicking, you're not going to be able to do step 4 and 5 because they piggyback off of each other and so on. Unfortunately for me, school came naturally to me, right? In high school, double with the fact that I'm a good test taker. So on the rare occasion that I didn't understand something, I never really had to study it, and I never did, because I knew the other 70% that would be on the test in the worksheets, and then I could guess the other 10 to 15%, and then like bare minimum I'd make a 75, and then I throw in a lot of 80s and a few 90s here and there, just because I'm a good test taker and I already knew 75%. So when this part didn't click to me, I was like, oh well, go on to the next chapter and grind this out. Well, like I stated earlier, with accounting you can't do that. Okay, if you can't do step 3, you can't do step 4. So yeah, it was like chapter 5 when I went to do this homework assignment, and it was like the homework was in Chinese, dude. Like, I was dumbfounded. I never had an experience like this in my life. Like, genuinely opening my laptop, booting it up, and just looking at it and having no idea what's in front of you. Like, I didn't even know where to start. I didn't even know, like, even when I had to, y'all gonna hear that story. Even when I was forced to take a college math class, which math is my worst subject, even then, in my worst subject at a college level, I was able to look at it and I still knew what was in front of me. At the very least, I at least knew how to set it up. I couldn't even set up the fucking homework. Dude, like, it was like the week before this, I thought I knew what I was doing, booted up my laptop, booted up the homework. I'm on this thing and it's set up like an Excel sheet, and it gives you like a scenario, and it's like, okay, I need you to log the transactions, this, that, and the third, do the accounting stuff, right? Yeah, I took this class my first semester, so this was 2018, dude. We're halfway through 2021 right now, so that's a long time. A lot of events have happened between there and now, so I can't remember exactly what the homework looked like, but it was, I know it was set up like an Excel sheet, and it grades you based on each cell, each little rectangle of the spreadsheet. If you've never seen an Excel sheet, tell me why I filled this whole Excel spreadsheet out, right? And I'm like, dude, I nailed this perfect. I hit grade. Out of like 50 of the cells, I got 3 of them right. It was the first 3 I got correct, and then it was just red X's all the way down. I've never been through that ever, dude. It wasn't fun. So yeah, I failed that class. In my online class, because I forgot it existed, but I passed the other 3 fairly easily. Now, I would have passed my online class, but like I said, I forgot it existed, and I literally, like, I was checking my classes because it was a day that I had, where I didn't have to go to Waycross. Dog, it popped up an alert saying that the final was coming up for my online class, and I was like, oh my god, dude, I did literally 14 chapters of work in a day, and like, he only gave you partial credit for those, or like half credit. I did all of them, took the final, passed with like a 75. I was between 72 and 78, right? Passed with that, and I was like, oh, I'm good. Dog, I failed the class with a 68%, bro, because I forgot it existed. All that work just to fail, dog. I did 14 chapters of work in a fucking day and still failed the class, dog. Crazy. But anyway, second semester was the same, fairly chill. I scooted through rather easily. And now third semester is when things started to kind of crumble, you know what I'm saying? This is when the foundation started getting a little weak. Right, dude, we're already 10 minutes into this. Anyways, so I had an assortment of classes. I can't really remember what they were, but I do remember I took the second history class. Now, history comes naturally to me. I love history, especially the parts with the conflicts and the explorations, dude. I know a bunch of random crap about World War II, dude. The Korean War intrigues me. Vietnam, dude. All kinds of stuff. I'll give you a random fun fact about each. Let's go. World War II. I know you've all seen that famous picture of like the troopers holding up the flag, and that picture was taken on Iwo Jima, and he took it like, you know, they just went through fighting for weeks, because these battles take months, you know, they'll take weeks to months, especially with the Japanese, how hard-nosed they were with fighting. So they went through and did that. Yeah, he took the picture, but that picture was actually like retaken a couple times because it was a little rough, dude. It was the 40s. The Korean War, as we know, North Korea right now is divided, North Korea, South Korea. Well, actually that is China's fault. So it didn't start too great, but at some point during the Korean War, America started to get going again, and we had shoved North Korea all the way to the Chinese border. Like, we were pushing them back. We were trying to get to the capital, take it over, and then just unite Korea and basically do what we did with Japan, right? Minus the nukes. So, well, it was an atom bomb, not a nuke, but basically, yeah, the whole Japan thing, you know, you beat them up, you put some good guys in, and then they develop as a good country, we become allies, that kind of thing. Well, the problem was, once we pushed them all the way back, we were getting really close to China. China got they got scared. They felt like since we were fighting North Korea for being communist, since China was communist at the time, they felt like we were going to go for them. So what they did was they launched a surprise attack, and it kind of fucked us over, pushed us all the way back to the 78th parallel, which is where North Korea and South Korea split, pushed us all the way back there. And then we signed a treaty, in North Korea, South Korea is where it is today. Vietnam, probably the war where America at least got caught committing the most war crimes of all time. But that war was more of a moral L. Like, if you ask people, they'll tell you that we lost the Vietnam War. Nah, we didn't. It technically ended in a treaty, but we did fail because our goal was I forgot what our goal was in Vietnam. I think it was to get rid of the Russians, get rid of the communists, some Cold War crap, right? But yeah, okay, just off that 3-minute little history lesson, you could tell that I really love history. So yeah, you can tell, like, this next part. Look, my whole life I was getting 80s or higher in history, and for tests I always made 85 or 90, dude. I was always in the 80s and 90s ranges when it comes to text. Hell, even my first history class in college, dude, with the same teacher, I passed with a B and made high 70s and low 80s on his test and shit like that. But this time I barely passed. I had like a 70 even. Now, if you ever pass with a 70 even, like an even 70, most of the time it means the teacher passed you because he liked you, all right? It means you were close, he saw you working, he was like, you know what, he's a good kid, I'll pass him. And history is my favorite subject and my second best subject. And I made a even 70, dog. Like, you could probably imagine my face when he handed me a test back and I failed. Dude, I never failed a test in history class. Besides government classes and math senior year, I never failed a class in general. So it hit me that I kind of need to study and actually try to pass these classes, because up until now I've just been passing classes off of raw ability. So semester 4. This semester, again, I can't really remember all my classes, but I remember I had sociology, intro to business class, and theater for sure. And I think I had an online class or two, but I think it was only one. Now, I remember 2 weeks in, bro, I was going hard, dog. And I was doing my homework. I kept up with all my classes and assignments and whatnot. I was also working, doing YouTube, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, but at some point I got behind in sociology, so I caught up in that and pushed my other class to the side for a sec. But one of my online classes was science. Now, science comes naturally to me. I have a science class story that I'm gonna tell too. But science is my best subject, and to the point where, like, dude, in both my science classes, like my in-person science classes in college, I made a mid to high 80 in both of them. Scored 90s and 80s on the test, just like high school, dude. Easy. In high school, I never made below an 88 in a science class. Hell, I don't think I made below an 88 in any of my science classes ever. So science is easy to me, right? Now at this point, I knew online classes didn't work for me because one, I'm too busy. Again, I'm working 30 hours a week. I have to drive an hour and a half to class back and forth every day. And I'm YouTubing, which takes a lot more time than you probably think. Anyways, but that process is here. The thought process here was, since science is so easy to me, I can use that online class to establish a study routine to pass other online classes. So, because if I get caught behind, get caught lacking in science, since I'm so good at it, I can just, finesse my way out of it because I'm good. Dude, it took me a week to do a fill in the blank, bro. And the crazy part was, you had to finish the fill in the blank and get it graded for the teacher to unlock it to where you could take the test. I got halfway through the fill in the blank and then gave up. Now, when I say gave up, I didn't just say fuck this and just dip on it, right? No, what I did was I gave myself an hour every day to sit down and do homework for a specific class. And when I sat down to finish this fill in the blank, reading the chapter to try to scour for the word to fill in the blank, I got a headache. Every single time I got a headache. So I was just like, I'm done, dog. This homework is causing me literal physical harm. So I gave up on online classes and focused on my in-person classes. And I did focus on them for like a week. So yeah, I never put real effort into a class. Like, I never studied, I never did homework ever. And now in the blink of the eye, I'm studying, doing homework, taking notes, not to pass a class, but for 3. Well, actually 2, but I showed up for 3 classes. All right. Anyways, I got burnt out, right? And this just started to hit me right now. This wasn't a random epiphany. At this point, I had gotten a part-time job at Walmart, and I was going hard on YouTube. Now, although my videos are better now quality-wise, the videos I was making at this point are my favorite so far. Not gonna lie. Like, there was good variety. It was just me posting whatever I felt and whatever I would watch, right? And which now that Madden season's over, I'm starting doing that again. So at this point, I was a part-time worker, full-time student, a YouTuber. So to me, I basically had 2 jobs and school. And going hard at school, working 30 hours a week, and editing videos, also dealing with breakup, rejected, all that it just burnt me out. And when I started to get low grades and started failing tests that I studied for, I was just like, yo, what the fuck am I driving an hour and 30 minutes out here to do? Like, I'm driving an hour and 30 minutes, not only to do some shit I don't want to do, but to fail. Like, why am I spending an hour on homework to get 50s on a test? Dude, after after 12 and a half years of getting 80s, 90s, and at the lowest high 70s on tests, like, I remember sitting there and thinking, like, I drive an hour and a half to Waycross every day for college. It's been an hour 15 in each class, then drive an hour 30 back. Dude, I could record and edit a video in that time. And it didn't help at this point. I was already waking up late for classes and skipping others. And dude, when I skipped class, like, I would record a video, chill for a bit, hit Walmart, grab some ice cream, record another, where I felt productive. It felt luxurious. Felt like a full-time YouTuber. Then the next day, reality would hit, bro. You gotta get up, drive an hour and a half to school, drive an hour and a half back, spend 20 minutes at home, drive 30 minutes to work 5 to 6 hours, drive 30 minutes back, and then get ready to do it again the next day. So, yeah, I just stopped going to class. Oh, God. Because, like, a business administration degree just looks good on a resume, at least to me. And I want to be a YouTuber. So, college wasn't helping me further my career. And it also wasn't paying good. So, the girls weren't fucking with me. And I wasn't making friends. So, like, I just dipped. I just dipped. And like, I started making I dipped to make videos, and honestly, still my favorite string of videos. Crazy. I make my best content when I'm heartbroken, bro. Anyways, so I dipped and basically took that summer just making videos, working part-time. It was fun. And I reached 500 subscribers, dog. And I had a few videos pop. Well, they got like 100 views, but they popped. And I finally got over my ex, not fully, but I was at peace with my exes and all the other entanglements I was in. So basically I fixed my mental health and I was no longer depressed and shit. So I went back to college, right? I took all the classes, I like scheduled all the classes I failed. And I remember they were like, yeah, you only have a few classes left. Like, all I had to do was pass my classes this semester, take 3 classes the next semester, and then take accounting. Now, I could have took accounting with any of these classes, right? But I wanted it to be the only class I took during, that period of time, because it takes so much focus, so much work. And then, yeah, if I did that, bam, I got my degree. And I was motivated. Like, I really wanted to finish this shit and move on. Like, I remember talking to my advisor with a passion and accepting my situation. And I was telling myself, yeah, I'm gonna get my degree to make my mom happy, make my family happy. Then after, I'm chasing my dreams, all about the grind. So I get my classes. Unfortunately, she talked me into getting online classes. Dude, I remember I was like, all right, I'm gonna get these online classes in early, right? I remember I had an online class. There was a quiz, dog. I read the whole fucking chapter, right? And the last time I tried to read the chapter, it gave me headaches, like I said. Same here, gave me a motherfucking headache, but I said F it and took the test right after reading the chapter. Dude, I made a 33%. I studied the chapter for 40 freaking minutes and made a 33%. Add to that, I got my book late for my second online class, and I studied and went to do makeup work because I missed 3 weeks of work, and because I didn't have a book, it was locked. You couldn't do makeup work, dog. So I said F online classes. I focused on sociology and theater, which I was retaking, and both of those classes were pretty easy. But at the halfway point, I stopped going, dog. I just stopped, and week went by after week after week, and the semester was over, and I had officially basically dropped out because I just stopped showing up, dude. Like the thing was, like, my college experience wasn't bad for the college itself. It was just things outside of it, like having to drive an hour and 30 to class. Nobody even like 90% of people don't like going to class, right? They're just there because they need to, whether they get a job or something, get a good job. Like driving an hour and a half every day to that, and then added to the fact I started failing my classes. So I wasn't just driving hour 30 to get, low C's and low B's like I was my first 2 semesters. I was driving out just to be handed F's, dog. And also, it's just like, yeah, it just wasn't a bad experience. And also, I went, the reason why I didn't go to a college closer to here, because we have College of Coastal Georgia, where I'm at. I didn't go there because I didn't want to see the same faces. I wanted to go out, I wanted to make new friends, I wanted to meet new girls, because the girls around here just weren't getting, you're gonna hear the stories. So I wanted to meet new people, meet new women, this, that, and the third. And I go out there and everybody's like so quiet. Like, everybody's reserved. Wasn't making no friends. I wasn't like, you're gonna hear the women's stories. I wasn't getting no bitches. I wasn't making no friends. So it's just like, it kind of added to the fact that when you're not making friends or getting more or making more lady friends, it's gonna make you miss whatever you had before. So that's why I kind of went down a rabbit hole with the whole depression thing, because I got dumped and then I wasn't getting no bitches. So yeah, there was that. And then also that second time, like what I just talked about, when I went back and I was motivated to do it, is because I was like, yo, I'm gonna turn college into content. I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna like vlog the whole experience, yo. The comments gonna keep me up with it. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna network with people. I'm gonna be like, hey, yo, they're gonna see me vlogging. I'm gonna talk to them about it. Like, hey, yo, let's get out this class. Let's get these A's, bro. And went into class, bro, and because of the pandemic, everything's spaced out. They got desk taped off, we're 6 feet apart and stuff. If one of the vlogs should show it, I should have video of this, but yeah, everything's spaced out, and I'm like, I'm not finna talk to the 6 feet away from me in class. Like, that's just lame, dog. It's lame and awkward because most of these people ain't gonna talk in the first place, and they definitely not finna yell across a desk and a half, right? So I was like, I came here to get content, and I was like, it'd be way easier to pass classes if you had homies, like to help you pick up where you were slacking, right? It's like I went there and I was like, I'm not making homies stand 6 feet apart, dog. I'm not finna get no, like the girls are super reclusive, so the only time I really had a chance to talk to them was in groups, and that's pretty much what I was finna do. I was finna finesse me some numbers and shit through the groups, right? And they put us in groups to do group work, but you can't do group works in the height of a pandemic, so that just killed it, dog. That was the final straw. I already was like, all right, I'm failing my 2 online classes. I already didn't want to be there. And then I couldn't, like, there was no incentive for me to be there. I was only there to get a degree for my mom. And it's just like, if I'm failing the classes, I'm not getting it regardless. So I can just spend my time editing videos and furthering my career. Anyways, 26 minutes. I know a bunch of y'all clicked off, but if you're still listening to my beautiful voice, I appreciate you. Hit the like and subscribe. Sorry if you're at the microwave and stuff going off. I didn't want to stop, the flow of the video, like, because of that. But if it's too bad, I'll just re-record that section. Anyways, yeah, let me know how do y'all feel about school. Did y'all have like that little Chinese section where the accounting homework looked Chinese to me? Do y'all have that? Did y'all experience that in high school? Did you go to college to experience that? Are you currently in college? Let me know how it is over there. Do y'all have classes on Friday? Hit me up. I'll respond to all the comments because not many people are gonna watch this, which means even fewer people are gonna comment. So heck yeah, let's talk in the comments. I'm curious about your college experience. Are you experiencing burnout? Are you dealing with some shit that's freaking up your grades? Let me know. But until we meet in the comments, envy no man, because we know we up next. Sponsored by Atari, and